goodness. We've grown a lot in the last few years, haven't we? So I'm so excited that many of you are going to be joining us for the Walt Disney's tour of Los Angeles coming up. And I'm so excited to be asked to be the host. So we're going to have a good time. So congratulations to whoever wins, and I will see you in October. Now, I just wanted to let you know that this weekend we're really excited to share some of Disney's creative ties to the landscapes, cultures, and storytelling inspired by destinations all over the globe. And during our brief stops, we're not going to have time for a comprehensive look at Disney Connections. So instead, we're going to explore some highlights that you might find particularly interesting. And as you can see, we're going to begin our journey in the diverse and vibrant country of India. Now, whether you grew up with Goliath 2 in 1960, like I did, or Marvel's Eternals in 2021, you've probably enjoyed Disney storytelling that was inspired by this country and its very rich cultures. So we're going to begin in the 1960s when Walt and his staff were focused on the creating of an animated version of The Jungle Book. The original tales by Rudyard Kipling channeled the English writer's experiences living in India. And longtime Disney studio artist and writer Bill Peet was tasked with creating a linear story from Kipling's more episodic adventures. And this story jumped back and forth in time, so they tried to create something a little more linear. Interestingly, the Peet's original treatment for The Jungle Book was somewhat darker in tone, and it caused an issue. There were several disagreements between Peet and Walt about the studio's direction on this film, and unfortunately, Bill Peet decided to leave the studio. So as the story evolved in the mid-1960s, more light-hearted characters were added and different light-hearted elements, including music. And the character of Baloo was expanded from just a minor role in the original version of the animated film into a key figure. And his relationship with the man-cub Mowgli became the central portion of the story. Now, behind Walt and Roy in this photo that you see, you'll see story sketches featuring a character that might not be familiar. It's a rhinoceros. And that was a holdover from Bill Peet's original treatment. And Rocky, as the character became to be known, didn't make the final cut, sadly. But The Jungle Book would become a wild success, and ultimately it was the last animated feature that was personally supervised by Walt Disney himself. Now let's continue into the world of Disney animation, but fast forwarding a half a century later. In 2020, Disney Junior premiered the acclaimed mystery adventure series, Mira, Royal Detective. And that was set in Jaipur, which is a fairyland that was inspired by India. Now while this realm is filled with magical things like flying rickshaws, it's very much based on real elements from South Asian architecture and culture. In the series, the brave and resourceful girl, whose name was Mira, was voiced by Leela Ladner, and she's appointed to the role of royal detective. And she'll stop at nothing to solve a case with her friends Miku and Chiku, who are a pair of mongooses, who you see here on the left in the picture. Or is that supposed to be mongoose? Anyway, let's just say that Ka the snake wouldn't stand a chance against these two. Another memorable Disney Channel entry is Cheetah Girls, One World. Oh, we have some fans out there. This third and final installment of the hit movie series follows the Cheetah-licious girls from their performing in New York City to India, and there they try to star in a film that was directed by an aspiring Bollywood director. The movie was filmed on location in Udaipur, India. Excuse my Indian and Hindi is terrible. Continuing in the world of live action, who's seen Walt Disney Pictures' $1 Million Arm? It's a fabulous film. Please watch it if you get a chance. It's a fabulous film from 2014, and it features, it's based on the true story of a man named J.B. Bernstein, who was he was a sports agent. And it's his true story, and in it he stakes everything that he has on a reality show in India. And in it, he discovers two boys, and they learn the finer points of baseball. But more importantly, he learns about the teamwork, commitment, and what it means to be a family. It's a beautiful, heartwarming show. Now, the colorful posters that you see here represents some of the great family films produced by the Mumbai-based Walt Disney Company India and UTV, which is one of the country's leading media and entertainment companies. Now, while most of these titles were produced in Hindi, the 2011 fantasy feature Once Upon a Warrior was Disney's first film in Telugu. And that was the language of the southern Indian states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. In 2016, another notable Disney live-action film was directed by Disney legend Jon Favreau, and it hit theaters and takes us right back to The Jungle Book. Now, to share some insights about the film, I'd like to ask you to give a warm welcome to someone from our team at the Disney Archives, the brilliant Julia Vargas.
And I learned quite a bit while working on my master's thesis, which actually compared the 2016 live-action version to the original 1967 animated film. Now, if you think that the original Jungle Book was set in India, there's more to the story. Meeting notes from 1964 actually state that the setting of the original animated film was not India, but just the jungle. So the filmmakers in the 2016 iteration made conscious decisions to try to depict real locations in India that inspired Rudyard Kipling's story. Moving Picture Company Film, credited for the bulk of the visual effects for the movie, took thousands of photographs of real locations and creating a massive library of resource material that was matched to the finest details.
So that means that the backdrops in the jungle that Mowgli travels through encompass the entire environmental diversity of India.
That's right. More so, in the recent film, about 2,000 kids actually auditioned for the role of Mowgli. And so that would actually be the only human character in the film, and he'd be the only one actually shown on screen. So this was important, and the role went to Neil Sethi, whose cultural background is Indian, which makes his portrayal of Mowgli more aligned with Kipling's original stories.
And though his wardrobe is limited, the loincloth that Mowgli wore was inspired by a traditional dhoti, which is a garment that he would have worn as an infant. And actually, we have that loincloth in the archives. It's the only costume from the film. So thank you, Julia. I'm so excited. We had such a wonderful time working with the filmmakers as they worked on and developing the film. They came to the archives, and Disney legend Jon Favreau is a dear friend of us there. Now, I'm inspired to seek a viewing of The Jungle Book before my next session, so we will see all of you at our next stop, which is Disney Around the Globe.